You know, this is probably the weirdest time in my life as a Lions fan that I've ever had. Um, we're fresh off of losing after having a bye week in the divisional round of the playoffs, and how else can I say this? But the fan base is absolutely split. There are Twitter posts, there are Reddit posts, there are post after post in Facebook groups, and I just don't understand it. Now, I don't want to, judge anybody for how they're feeling their emotions, but it seems as if the rush to overreaction is a bit absurd, um, and more or less the eagerness to shift the blame to a particular party. It almost seems as if it was created via like a bot campaign. But it's your boy. There goes Mobby. I haven't seen you all in a while, and it's good to be back. How y'all doing? Where do I start with this one? The Detroit Lions are coming off of a absolutely disgusting divisional round home loss to a rookie quarterback in the Washington Commanders. Yes, we lost to the Commanders. The number one seed was beaten by a team that had to back their way into the playoffs, so to speak. Didn't even win their division, and they got us out the way with a rookie quarterback. So it is not an overreaction to be upset, especially when you had Super Bowl aspirations this year, as I did. And I am guilty for heaping those Super Bowl aspirations onto others, because I really did feel like this was our shot to go ahead and do that this year. But at the end of the day, at least from where I'm coming from, I have never believed that Jared Goff was a good enough quarterback to us to win the Super Bowl. Now, I did believe the team was good enough, but I'm just saying that when we lost, I didn't flip. I didn't flip my shit. Seeing them have 4 turnovers, it didn't surprise me. What surprised me was the narrative afterwards, as to how quickly the franchise or the excuse me, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? The fan base, how quickly motherfuckers just went to trying to go ahead and create narratives and place the blame. I've heard far too many times that I would like to hear of the blame being heaped upon Ben Johnson for this loss. And it just baffles me. When you lose a game 45-31, they go and blame the offensive coordinator. And not only that, the 2 plays that are constituents of all this blame, the 2 plays that they choose to place all this blame are the worst 2 plays that you could possibly choose. It just seems like a bot campaign or a narrative to try and take away blame from Jared Goff, honestly. And that's just me being honest with you. I don't know how to be more clear and more honest in my assessment. When you look at this game, the 2 things that I've seen the most, especially from Reddit, people telling me that I don't know football, which is fucking crazy, but I'm used to it. I've been doing this YouTube shit for 8 years. A person who doesn't know football, their number one go-to is to tell you don't know football, because they're living off their emotion, but it's okay. But Jared Goff turns the ball over 4 times. Now, this particular viral Reddit post that I'm talking about is complaining about having 5 turnovers in the game. And everybody say, yeah, Ben Johnson sucks. And I'm like, well, Jared Goff turned the ball over 4 times. 2 of those plays, 2 of those turnovers, somebody was wide open. That's all I'm saying. On the fumble, I mean, even if you don't want to blame Jared Goff for the fumble, it's hard to blame Ben Johnson. But I'm even with you on that. It's not, I take that back. I misspoke. It's not hard to blame Johnson. It's easy to blame Ben Johnson on that one, especially if you don't want to blame Goff for not holding on to the fucking football. At the end of the day, a quarterback, if you fumble, like anytime, any quarterback, running back, wide receiver, head coach, I don't give a fuck. If you fumble the ball, you fumble. There's people trying to say that it's not Jared Goff's fault that he fumbled because an offensive lineman got beat or he was pressured or the pressure. No. It's not your fault that you got sacked, buddy. It's your fault that you fumbled. Hold on to the fucking football. It's that simple. It wasn't even a strip. You just lost it. Anyway, that's beside the point. If he doesn't come back and throw 3 interceptions after that fumble, no one is complaining about Jared Goff. We have no reason to complain about his game or anything else that he did it because, it's just 1 fumble in the first quarter. The first quarter. And in the next play I'm seeing, we came out 5 wide. We should have ran it to Jahmyr Gibbs. Great point. It should have been. It's the first quarter. That's not why you lost the game, right? At the end of the day, when you continue throughout the game, it's just been turnover after turnover. And then the one that got me literally scratching my dreads the most is how is they're trying to make this narrative that because Ben Johnson called a reverse pass to JMO, he called a bad game. As if we're not 15-2 or whatever our record was because of trick plays. Whenever the Detroit Lions have been in a tough position all year, we've called a trick play. And 99% of the time, that trick play has worked exactly how we want it to work. But the one time that trick play doesn't go how we want, it results in an interception. Not only is it not Jameson Williams' fault for throwing the ball when he could have tucked it and reverse field. If you go back and watch that play, he could have tucked it, reverse field. He had nothing but blockers. Our entire offensive line and Amon-Ra was to the left of him. If Jameson Williams simply did not throw the ball, tucked it, and ran towards half of the fucking team, he scores a touchdown on that play. But since it resulted in an interception, Ben Johnson called a shit game. As if we have not lived off of Ben Johnson's play calling for the entirety, and when I say entirety, I do mean entirety of this run. Sheila Ford Hamp didn't come out there and give that, oh, we love Dan Campbell, we're going to turn this team. She didn't give that whole amazing, beautiful, and glorious speech that I trashed at the wrong time. I was wrong. All right, I admit that. But she didn't give that whole speech until we fired an offensive coordinator. Excuse me. Until we fired an offensive coordinator, until we fired somebody on defense, like people, heads rolled, right? Heads rolled, people got fired, and then we turned this thing around. So what I'm trying to say is, and give me 1 second. All right. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, you can't live off of the trick plays and then when one goes bad, say it's a shit game. Do you have an argument? The issue is some people aren't competent enough to understand that two things can be true. And if I hit this one more time, I'm really going to be pissed. But two things can be true, right? One, did Ben Johnson call a perfect game? No. Did we need Ben Johnson to call a perfect game to win today? Yes. Does the fact that Ben Johnson did not call a perfect game mean that is why we lost? The answer is no. You scored 31 points at home as the number 1 seed against a rookie quarterback in the Washington Commanders. 31 points should get you out of there. That brings me to my next point. Outside of Jared Goff and his 4 turnovers, outside of Ben Johnson and I hear every single argument. Oh, why would we start David Montgomery? Why didn't we get the ball to Jahmyr on 3rd and 1? Why didn't we run the ball to Jahmyr more? Absolutely. You know why Jahmyr Gibbs didn't have more touches though? Come here. Come real close. I'll tell you. Let me whisper it in your ear so you understand it. Jahmyr Gibbs didn't have more catches because Jared Goff turned the ball over 4 times. Is that so hard to understand? Jahmyr Gibbs has more touches if Jared Goff doesn't turn the ball over. Was it 3 times and a half? Or, like, come on, bro. How hard is this to fucking stand? Once you're playing from behind and you're playing catch up, guess what goes out of the window? The run game. But y'all just love to look at stats and play Monday morning armchair quarterback and get on these social media sites and just talk. There's a lot more that we could have did offensively. Jared Goff can't turn the ball over 4 times. Period. You can't fumble. You can't throw interception into triple coverage with Sam Laporta wide open. Sam Laporta wide the fuck open. One of the best rack tight ends in NFL. Wide open. You just and throw a pick, right? You can't fumble on right, but because y'all love to, oh, that's Ben Johnson's fault. All right, cool. I'll give it to you. Bad play call. Should have just ran it. I agree with you. I'm not even giving it to you. I agree. I said it while I was watching the game. Why the fuck are we 5 wide? This is some Anthony Glenn type shit. And then we fumble. That's me calling it and it's live, so y'all can go back and watch it. It's live. Video's still up. But outside of that, he threw 3 more picks after that, buddy. So you can't throw a pick in the triple coverage, overthrowing a receiver while Sam Laporta, a great yak tight end, is wide open right in front of you. You can't underthrow Jamison Williams for a fucking touchdown and get picked off by a rookie. And you just can't do it. You can't do it, bro. How hard is that for people to understand? I just don't understand how hard it is to understand. If you're a $53 million quarterback and you turn the ball over 4 times in the playoffs, it's your fault we lost. And I understand y'all look, Jared Goff. Shut up. Shut up. Just stop it. He let you down. He shit the bed. To blame it on Ben Johnson is crazy, though. Like some people are actually running, why did Jahmyr Gibbs only have 14 touches? As if you don't see the 4 fucking turnovers. It's a time of possession matters. You need touchdowns fast. Your defense doesn't have an answer. You can't waste clock down 10, you stupid fucks. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But when you're down 10, when you're playing from behind with multiple turnovers and your defense can't get any stops, you cannot run the ball. You're wasting time. You're shaving time off of your own comeback. You can't depend on your defense to make a play. Did we get an interception? Did you see Kirby Joseph? Let's get to the defense. I'm sorry. I don't want to rant on the... All right. So, like I was saying, Ben Johnson, I'm bringing it all the way back around. Ben Johnson cannot be expected to call the perfect game in the playoffs against a team that is 5th in the NFL in points. I mean, you can ask him to, but to shit on him when it doesn't happen, and we scored 31 at home against a rookie quarterback, but you give up 45 on the other end of the ball. Like, the excuses that y'all make are just pathetic. And I've defended Aaron Glenn enough on this channel. You can go back and watch the videos. Y'all are pathetic. Y'all sound absolutely clueless as to the game of football right now. Please tell me on what planet it is okay for you to have 2 weeks off to come up with a game plan for a football team. All right? You knew you were either going to play Team A or you were going to play Team B. And guess what? You already played the Buccaneers before. So you already had a game plan for the Buccaneers. You had 2 weeks to come up for a game plan for the Washington Commanders. Not only did that, you got to sit at home and watch their offense. You got to sit at home and watch Jaden Daniels if you are Aaron Glenn. You got to sit at home. And what did Aaron Glenn do? I hate to shit on a black man and defend Ben Johnson, because I know deep down that's what all this is about. Y'all niggas love being race baity. Y'all love the white people pick a side, black people. All y'all niggas is weird. At the end of the day, Aaron Glenn got to sit at home for 2 weeks and come up with nothing. Pod Time B, I love you. I watched your video, bro. And everybody need to subscribe to Pod Time B. He goes to the games. He's a longtime Lions fan. Passionate. I fuck with him. I watch all his videos. But his video, like, Aaron Glenn gets a pass because he's playing people that... No, nigga, nobody gets a pass. Aaron Glenn does not get a pass because of injuries. At the end of the day, your job as a defensive coordinator in the NFL, and your job as somebody that's about to be a head coach in the NFL, is to come up with a game plan against a fucking rookie. Nobody want to hear that shit. It's a fucking rookie. We came out running the same motherfucking defense we was running week 1. Cover 1 man blitz. Every single fucking play. You don't think they studied that shit? Are y'all serious? Y'all giving Aaron Glenn a pass? Why? Oh, because Aiden was hurt? Because of Meek Robinson? Okay, but fuck that. Cover 1 man blitz every single play? How many points do you give up before you figure out it's not working? But shit, if I'm Aaron Glenn and I know the entire internet gonna go, nah, he get a pass. He ain't have to bring no defense. He ain't even have to coach today. Now, they could have gave up 67 points, and it would still be Jared Goff and Ben Johnson's fault. No, nigga, the entirety of this team failed. Entirety. Starting with your quarterback, who they shouldn't have paid. Morons. Starting with your offensive coordinator, who should have ran the ball more, who should have started getting me all that. But that's not why you lost. You lost because of 4 turnovers. Y'all don't want to admit it. It was 45-31. You lost because of 4 turnovers. One of those turnovers was a pick 6. If that game goes the way it's supposed to be at the end of the game with time running out, we're not sitting watching these niggas try to go kick a fucking field goal to be down 14 instead of 17. We're watching them try to score and win the game. But you know why that wasn't the case? 4 fucking turnovers, 1 player. But I get it. I promise y'all get it. Y'all been sitting there